Hey guys, so just wanted to jump back on, cover a few things following up the video of the other day on Amos Miller and the latest developments in that case. I want to hit three things in this video. One is the question of, did people actually get sick from Miller's products? There's been some objections to the idea that, no one got sick, that, didn't happen. Someone even wrote that, pretty sure you're the only one to ever say anyone got sick from his products. A lot of that surprised me, so I'm going to go into that. I'm also going to talk about what did I mean when I say I'm agnostic on this issue. Some people didn't like that. And finally, I'm going to touch on colostrum, this colostrum comment that I threw in the video. So first thing, has anyone ever gotten sick from Miller's products? Now, that's kind of the whole question here, isn't it? That's what the government is alleging, and you've got Miller's side objecting. In the last video, I was running through a quick recap of what had happened prior to this latest piece of news, which was more the point of the video. So in that recap, I mentioned the raid which happened in January of 2024 on Miller's farm, allegedly due to tainted eggnog and beef that was sold at Miller's farm. In that case, the government came in. This was the big story last year, January 4th, I believe, and they seized his products. There's a video online. It's actually by the Lancaster Patriot, which actually has footage of the agents, the authorities, carrying out some of the products that he was not supposed to be selling, according to the government. Now, well, if they're going to do that raid, they had to give a reason for that, right? I mean, there is, what was the purpose of that? Someone said that in other videos, they don't talk about that. Okay, so I don't know about that. The reason that was given for this raid is that there were two reported cases of an E. coli pathogen in December, which occurred in miners, okay, according to the Agriculture Department. So this is from WHTM. This is one of the reports. You can find others like this online. This is a local Pennsylvania Harrisburg station, and it says there were two reported cases of the foodborne pathogen STEC, Shiga toxin producing E. coli, in December in miners, according to the Agriculture Department. Ground beef and raw eggnog from Miller's farm was tested after one of the underage people in New York consumed it, and both products were positive for STEC. In Michigan, there was another report from a miner who tested positive for STEC, and that they had raw milk and other milk, eggs, cheese, and meat products that were from Miller's farm, the Agriculture Department says. So that is the reason they gave for this raid happening, which kind of kicked off this whole big, attention to this case, attention in this long-running case, I should say, because this has been going on for, at least a decade, and I'll cover back to that in a minute. So, I mean, I'm hearing different things on this. Some people say only two people got sick. No one got sick from any of Miller's food or milk. I haven't seen any proof that anybody got sick. So I'm pretty surprised when people are shocked and saying that no one's ever gotten sick from his products. Okay, maybe no one has, but there is evidence there that his products have tested positive for these things and connected to people that did get sick. So, but that was the justification for the raid. So the idea that it's kind of like new news or it's impossible to have happened, I'm surprised that I heard some things like I've never heard of this before, when it's actually tested, which products had tested positive for E. coli. I think part of the confusion too is, and I need to clean one thing up, there was the earlier case from 2014, 2015, where there was a listeria outbreak, and a couple people were sickened on that. One woman did die and later was found to have listeria in her system, which was, as I said in the first thing, alleged to have been linked to Miller's farm. This is what I said about it in a previous video. In that year, the government alleged that a listeria illness, which sickened two people and killed one person, had its source in milk, which came from Amos Miller's farm. Miller said, in turn, that the person actually had a pre-existing condition and that his milk was not even proven to have caused the illness. So again, Miller has disputed that side of things, and, there's a whole backstory to that. I've got a link to this other video, and you're going to find more details on that part of it online. So I kind of rushed through the recap there. I put the two cases into one, the eggnog and the listeria. So mea culpa on that bit. So whether or not that person actually died from listeria, that's another question. I believe she had cancer. Like I said, it was an alleged death, and, Miller's side has strenuously objected to that. The point of that video was to try to get to the latest news that Miller is allowed to sell his milk in 49 states. This lawsuit is more about getting Miller to comply with government regulations, getting a permit, and so forth. But in summary, has anyone gotten sick from Miller's products? The government alleges that they have. Miller and his supporters, the Buyers Club, they say that no, or or maybe if there have been illnesses, it's our responsibility. Let us worry about that. Okay, we're a Buyers Club. We should have the right to be able to drink what we want. Okay, and that's kind of the gist of this case. The food safety arguments on the side of the government, and the food freedom arguments on the side of Miller and his customers and supporters. So my comments on being agnostic on this issue, some people didn't like that. I think I was called a fence sitter. Now, I'm not really sure if they kind of got the point, but what I meant was when it comes to drinking raw milk, I don't have a problem with it. I drink it all the time when I'm with my Amish farm friends, without a second thought. Okay, it's not like and I don't care if you want to drink it either. The other side of that is I don't particularly ever seek raw milk out in my personal life outside of that context. It's just not an issue that moves me or stirs me, maybe in some ways that it may stir some of you. And I respect that. It's just I don't have to have a strong opinion on something that I don't care to the same degree about personally as maybe other people do. Now, I mean, I think it's a very important issue to sort out. Don't get me wrong on that. It's just that I'm not like either a big fan of raw milk or I'm not anti raw milk. It's just not. It doesn't move the needle for me like other people for other people. But I don't have a problem with it, and I drink it all the time when it's available to me. Okay, and I don't have a problem if you want to drink it either. Finally, guys, colostrum. Now, some people didn't like my kind of throwaway comments, half joke on colostrum. What did I say? Let's have a quick look back. A product called colostrum, which is something that's produced by the cow after giving birth. I won't go too far into that detail-wise. So what is colostrum? You may be wondering. Colostrum, and this is from the MD Anderson Cancer Center, University of Texas website. They've got a dietitian, Lindsay Wolford, who described what it was. She says that colostrum is a nutrient-dense fluid that is released from the breast of mammals after they give birth for the purpose of providing nourishment and certain nutrients to their young. Furthermore, all female mammals, including humans, produce colostrum in the days after giving birth. Wolford says colostrum provides newborns with nutrients that help strengthen their delicate immune system. These include protein, essential fatty acids, antioxidants, antibodies. Then it goes on to answer the question, can adult humans benefit from taking bovine colostrum supplements? It says initial studies show some promise with colostrum in certain areas, such as immune function and gut health, according to Wolford. However, research into colostrum supplements in humans is still in the early stages. For this reason, Wolford notes it is too soon to say for sure whether bovine colostrum supplements can benefit humans. Further studies are needed and more robust data collected before a clear recommendation can be made on usage, she says. Until this happens, Wolford doesn't recommend taking colostrum supplements. Okay, I'm leaving all that aside. You guys can talk about if it's something you want to take or not. That's fine with me. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me if you want to take it or not. That's kind of the point here. My comment was more about, well, when I hear the description of colostrum and I hear the name of it, it just sounds unappealing to me. Okay, it doesn't sound like something I want to consume personally. Okay, it just sounds kind of gross. That's just my personal reaction. I'm not criticizing you if you want to consume it. I mean, there's obviously, as we just read from that dietitian, some suggestion that it could be beneficial. Okay, although she also says that more studies are needed. Now, would I ever try colostrum? I've eaten some things that I thought were really gross, and let me guarantee you would think are really gross too. Okay, some certain true foreign cuisines. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, I'm open-minded. I could try something new. Sometimes I'm surprised, but a lot of strange things I've eaten in the past, it was just to try it once. I imagine colostrum would be the same, but I would probably try it. Maybe I need to give it a shot. Although it is a little weird to me that it's something meant for newborn baby calves. We're not, but Okay, I mean, I guess you could say the same thing about milk. Milk is not, milk is produced for calves, not humans. So there's that. In the meantime, I think I'm going to stick to the milk. You guys can do the colostrum. If I get a chance to try it, I very well might. So maybe that's more colostrum talk than you wanted in this video. I'm sure a lot of you could tell me more about it. So I'll be back to give you updates on this as the case proceeds. You can check out, again, the longer previous video, more recap-worthy video that I did on this case. I'll link that in the description. And as always, curious to hear what you think. Let me know. Talk to you soon. I mean, if you called it something like pre-milk or milk 2.0 or milk plus, a prettier name might broaden the market and make sissies like me more open to trying it.